You can leave, you can put your camera off if you don't want to be seen, and then, but you'll be able to go through this training again. Okay. So we're gonna be talking about, we're gonna be going from Botz. So as you know, Botz has multiple ecosystem that they're working on, and it's amazing on what they've done. The first thing I want to say, okay, my name is Mrs. Betta Emmanuel, as most people know me. Some people know me as Mr. Emmanuel. I'm not Mr. I'm Mrs. Anyway, and if you're here on if you're on YouTube and you're viewing this video later on, I'll probably put details on how you can reach out to me later if you want to set up. But today we're going to be going about the training of Botz and Metafutures. This is these two products are amazing. Obviously, they have the Meta Games, which is coming up soon, but we're just going to focus on Botz and Metafutures. Botz being the sports trading bot, and then we have the Metafutures, which is which trade on the futures market. So we're going to first of all go into the Botz spot. If you can mute yourself for me, everyone, that would be good. At the end of, I'll try and go through the presentation, go through what I want to do today, and then you can later on ask questions, and we go from it like that. So this is the Botz Spot Trading Hub. So there's some noise in the background. So this is the Botz Sports Trading app. And when you talk about sports trading, is whether you actually buy a crypto asset and then you buy at a very, very low price. You're looking for a very good low price to buy. And then you sell when the price comes up. Okay, let me mute everyone. I'm going to make somebody a co-host. If you can help me to admit people into the group when they come in, that would be good. I'll make someone a co-host. Muhyiddin, could you help me? So I've made you a co-host. Help me to admit people when they come in into the system. Galaxy Tab A7 Lite, I'm also making you a co-host. Help me to admit people when they come in, and also mute anyone when you see any when there is a background noise as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So in terms of the spot trading bots, the amazing thing about Botz with it is that you're looking for something to simplify your trade. There is a way you can set the bot system one settings at a go, and then you don't have to keep looking for like a take profits. If you were to be selling on Binance, you buy, and then you have to look for a reasonable place to take your profits and set it down to take profits. However, with the bot, you can literally just set the bot down, and then anytime you pick a trade, it will execute and sell for you. However, the downside of spot trading is the fact that if there is a severe market corrections in the market, there is possibility of huge floating losses happening, depending on what coin that is being traded. So it's also one of the disadvantages of the auto trading bots. The fact that they are the ones to pick a coin for you. Sometimes when they pick that coin and the coin begin to I don't know if any of you follow waves. Last few, waves was doing very well. And then when waves started correcting, it corrected so badly, like corrected so badly. And I'm going to show you what that means. So there are some coins that they will be in a phase for so long before they finally come back. You can see these waves. Literally, when it started correcting, it went all the way. It was literally showing minus 40 something, almost minus 50%. Obviously, I picked this trade manually on my own to trade because I didn't pick it by the bots. And this is this is to show that some people will complain if they see a floating loss from the bot and say the bot is not working. The truth is that on your own as well, you can also pick a trade and it will still go into a huge floating loss. It hasn't got anything to do with the bot. It just got to do with the market. And that's why when you're doing spot trading, you actually need funds. It's those who have great funds in spot trading that actually enjoys trading spot trading. If you have limited funds in spot trading, you might find out that your profit might not be that much and you might struggle a little bit. And especially if you choose to use the auto trade, maybe you have only 150 as your trading capital and you're using the Botz smart bot to trade for you. And then suddenly the bots pick a trade like waves and waves start correcting badly. This one, you can see, this is an auto trade. The reason why you're seeing it as auto trade, because it's written here auto. And I can tell you that this trade has been on correction for so long that I've decided to leave it. I didn't want to dollar cost average. I could have dollar cost average. And one way for you to dollar cost average, if your trade enters so much red and you want to dollar cost average, you can literally click on the coin and you're going to click on buy. When you click on buy, you can choose to buy at the current market. Let's say you want to pump 1,000 into that trade. Let's say you have 1,000 USDT to pump into that trade, because as you can see, the trade is already minus 62%. Literally telling you that the market of that particular coin need to rise above minus up to 62% and more for you to come out in profit. But if you want to come out quickly, you can do this here by pumping 1,000. Imagine if you pump 1,000. If you put in 1,000 into that trade, you can see that the minus 62%. Sorry, I'm going to mute everybody. Okay. So you can see that if you add 1,000 and you put in 1,000 into this trade, it will bring the floating loss to minus 17%. That's why I said that when it comes to spot trading, you need funds. The more funds you have, the easier for you to make money, and you will never be stuck in the market. You can always come out. using dollar cost average by buying the dip. Exactly right now, the market is bleeding right now. Those who really have good funds to trade, this is the time they buy more coin. They just buy. They begin to buy. As the market go down, they buy more. And you see that as soon as the market come up, they come up, come out in huge profits. So this is the manual replenishment. For those people who probably have trade before Botz upgraded their app to be able to accommodate the zombie mood, you will notice that some of your trade are still hanging on. You can do this to dollar cost average and come out if you want to, or you can just leave the coin and hold it for a long time. And then as soon as you put that, you click confirm, and that will execute. Please don't unmute yourself, please. Please, when you come into a Zoom, the first thing you want to do if you're not talking is to mute yourself. Really, because we know we all have families, and yeah. So that is that in terms of manual replenishment, if to dollar cost average to come out. Then let's talk about the manual settings. Let's say you have $100 is what you have to trade with Botz. I'm going to show you how you can easily trade Botz with a small funds, and how you can easily trade without small funds and able to do dollar cost average without small funds. So what you're going to do, you have to do manual trade. For somebody who do not have a lot of liquidity amounts to trade, let's say you only have 100 or 200, but you prefer to do manual trading rather than the auto, my advice would be you should only trade coins that don't, how will I say, that there are no drastic movements with them. And those coins are Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the father of all. Anytime Bitcoin is correcting, every other coin is probably correcting ×2 or ×3. And anytime Bitcoin is waking up, the others wake up. Although the others, they wake up very fast. As you can see, you will see some coin in the market did 50% rise in 24 hours. However, those particular coins as well, when they want to also correct, they can also do 50% down in the market as well. So if you want to be on the safe side, you are not in a hurry to make big money, you want to make consistent profits, then you can just stick to Bitcoin, BNB. The reason why BNB will continue to do well, I believe BNB will go even up to 1,000 and even more in the next few years. BNB, Ethereum, Luna, Solana. So these coins, you can actually choose to trade these coins because there are no like drastic movements of each of them. So you can choose to pick any of those coins, especially Ethereum. Ethereum is a very good coin to trade in the market. Ethereum and BNB, they do very well in the market. So you can choose to say, okay, you come here. So this is where in the app you will click to come to see all your trade, where you can select trade manually. Here is the market. When you click on it, you see what the market is doing. 24 hours change in the market. You see that. And here you come back home. So let's go back here to the first one. When you click on it, the first thing you want to do, if you do not have any active trade going on, you can literally set your settings down by clicking here. You can click to set your settings, and I'm going to be doing these settings, let's say for $100 capital, or let me say for $200. Let me do it for 200. Let's say you're trading 200. You're going to click on that. Out of the 200, I will say share your money, your 200, into 5. And you can only trade one coin at a time because that is the safety of it. So many people, they feel uncomfortable if they have money left in their wallets and maybe they just went into a trade with $20 or $40. They're like, oh, what is the other money doing? The other money is actually there for a time like this when Bitcoin is correcting. It will come really, really useful. The market will never be always up and it will always not be down. So when the market is down, opportunity, that money will come very useful for you to be able to buy your way and come up quickly as the market comes up. If you have no funds to buy, what you will notice is that it will take you longer for your trade to come out in profits. This is applicable both in spot trading and also in futures trading. It's all about strategy. It's all about dollar cost average. So let's talk about what dollar cost average is. Dollar cost average is, let's say you buy Bitcoin at 40,000. You buy Bitcoin at 40,000. And then the market starts correcting. You buy Bitcoin again at 39,000. And the market correct further and you buy at 38K. Let's say at 40,000, you buy 20 USDT. At 39, you buy another 20 USDT. At 38, you buy another 20 USDT. So you've bought at various points. What you're going to do, you're going to add all of them. 40,000, 39,000, and 38. Add it all together. You're going to divide it by 3. You're going to get your average. Maybe your average will come to around 39,000. So as soon as the market moves past 39,000 into 40,000, you're probably already in profit. Compared to when, if you choose to just buy at 40,000, and then the market corrects all the way to 38,000, it means you are waiting for the market to come up all the way to 40,000 and past 40,000 for it to give you profit. However, if you have been able to buy your way as the market was coming down, you will be closer to the market as the market is coming up. So with your 200 USDT, you share it into 5, that's going to give you 40 USDT. So I'm going to put my first buy at 40. My trade start callback, I'm going to put 0.1 or 0.2. It means if the market go back by 0.2, the trade should trigger. Then here, I might choose to put one time here. 1. Magic call limit 1. This is for manual setting. You can choose to put it 1 there. All position take profit. I can put 2% of it as my take profit. And all position take back profit, I put 0.2 for it. The margin configuration, you click on it. Here, I can say if the market corrects by 4%, don't forget, I'm trading only coins. The coins, this settings is for only coins like BTC, like BNB, Ethereum, Luna, or Solana. That's what I'm doing these settings for. I don't want to go into a trade that will probably put me like minus 50%, and then it's very hard for you to dollar cost average with limited funds. So I would say if the market dropped by 4%, I'm going to buy another 40 USDT right here. That is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to click confirm and confirm here. So I've literally updated the old settings down already. So if I want to trade BTC right now, all I need to do is to click on BTC or click on BNB, and then I'm going to, as you can see, my settings is there already. If I click on BNB, my settings is all there already. My first buy amount is 40. My take profit is 2%. I set only one margin call limit. And if the market drop by 4%, I want it to buy another 40 for me. And then I cannot click. Then I'm not able. Once is that, I cannot click to sell. I think I've got trade going on with BNB. Let me see. No, not right now. I'm going to log out and come back. For some reason, it's showing that I have trade happening, and I do not. So I'm going to log out and come back in. Sometimes it shows like that. Once you log out, it rectifies himself. Okay, as you can see, that is that, and it got all my settings there. Now I cannot click to say start. I can click start. Once I click start, it's going to pick up the BNB as trade. I'm literally starting it because I don't mind trading BNB. Then you wait for it. There might have to be a little, okay, it has picked up. So that is my BNB trade on already. And I've set my take profit. If you click on it now, you will see if the market drop to 395, look at it here. If BNB come down to 395, it will buy another 40 USDT from me. My take profit right now is 420. So if the market rise to 420, I take profits of 2% from BNB. So that is it in terms of manual settings. This you can literally do if you have limited funds. If you have $100 as you're trading, here will be 20 instead of 40. The reason why you have these extra funds, let's say for instance, after the Botz take one margin call, let's say after one margin call was taken, and after the one margin call, the market continued to correct. Don't forget, I still have 120 as reserve for me. If the market continues to correct after the first margin call, I can buy another 40 by just clicking on the coin and clicking on buy. Buy here. And I can choose to set a buy amount after the first one. I can choose to say, if the market drops to 390, I want you to buy another 40 USDT for me. And I click confirm. That will be in the background working. If the market drop by 40, up to 390, the bot will execute a buy order for you. But if the market rise all the way straight to 2%, I'm going to collect that profit of 2% on 40 USDT. Also, in addition, I advise people who are trading with the Autobot to use at least your first amount as 15. The reason why, when a trade is executed, Binance will collect their fees for you buying the coin, as you can see here. As you can see, the BNB I just bought, you'll find out that it's not 40 that will land in. It might be a little bit below 40 that will come in. So it's good that if you put only 13 USDT, you find out that sometimes when they take their charges, and then the bot is also giving take profit as 1.1%. By the time the bot executes 1.1%, it's like you are not seeing much difference in your wallet. That's because of the Binance charges. Then by the time it sells, sometimes it sells and leaves some quantity of that coin in the exchange, which you can easily convert to BNB anyway. So this is for the manual settings. You can choose to do that. However, if you are somebody say, I can't deal with, I don't want to have to be the one to select coin or so, do not forget, I've set all of this. So any coin I pick right now is going to be on these settings. I don't have to set it again. It's going to be on these settings. I don't have to set it again. It will just remain on these settings. Any coin I pick at all, it will be on these settings already. It's all set. However, you can choose to say, I prefer Botz. All you need to do is to make sure if you're going to trade one coin, I advise have 200 USDT to start. However, what is going to happen is that your chances is only on that particular channel, number of trade 1. So whatever trade the bot pick for you, the market need to move that particular trade. There are some coins, as soon as the bot pick it, within few minutes, 1.1%, it has executed and sell. There are some by mistake. I remember when this particular trade was picked by the bot, Sushi. On that very day, Sushi was going high. And I believe because the bot using artificial intelligence, it saw that Sushi still have potential to continue to go high. And he picked it. It sells several times, maybe up to 4 times. And it kept. Then suddenly, Bitcoin crash. And Sushi has refused to wake up from the dead, even when other coins are waking up. So for somebody who is trading only one coin, imagine, and that coin happened to be Sushi, then that is it. It is also one of the advantage if you choose to trade manual. Because if the market is dropping like this, you just leave it to drop before you go and buy again and buy on top and come out. So this is terms of Botz trading. I'm going to leave the floor first open for people to answer questions. Those who are using Botz, you can let me know what challenges you're having, and then we can talk through it before we go into Metafutures. So in summary, I said, if you want to trade spot trading, it's better you trade on coins that don't have drastic movements. And my favorite coins will be Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Luna, Solana. Those are my favorite coins. I'll probably advise anyone to trade. Luna does very, very well. So you can trade it. Otherwise, the crypto market has been really, really funny in the last 6 to 8 months. Okay. Any question from Botz users? Okay, so should we go into Metafutures? Okay, so I'm gonna go into Metafutures. As you know, I myself.
Sorry, Madam Beta.
Okay, go on.
All right, thank you for this presentation. Is there anything? Okay. All right, now when you have these coins that is on, and probably you are observing a particular coins and you don't want that coins to be taking margin calls. Maybe you want, maybe you're on 3 coins that are on floating loss and you do not want you want about 1 or 2 of them not to be eating your USDT, you know?
Okay.
Can you go and stop it? Can you go and click on stop margin? While
all you need to do is to click on that particular coin you don't want to hit your this thing, and you just gonna, sorry, 1 minute. You click on that particular coin, and you're gonna click here, stop margin calls.
Okay.
Click on the coin and stop margin call. The bot will not pick any more trade for that particular coin, whether it's on the auto or all of that. You understand? Okay. So let's say suddenly you notice that the market is really, really dipping so fast. Obviously, the bot has been set in a way to take margin calls for and dollar cost average. But you know that this market is really dipping fast. I want to be the one to activate it to come back. You can just click the stop margin call and the bot will stop picking any margin call for that coin.
Okay, I get it now. You know why I asked this question is that since the recent market correction, it uses this, all my coins, I have 3 coins, they keep taking margin calls and they exhaust my USDT. And when I throw another money into the spot wallet, they keep taking another one. So I want to find myself in a situation in which I will stop the margin call. Any coins I put in there, let me be the one to be using it for other coins. That's exactly what I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah, that's one of the things of maybe just doing a manual settings yourself, because the auto bot has been set with 15 margin call, 13 margin calls, 12 12 plus your first order, making it 13. So anytime you are picking a trade, if you say you want the bot to trade 4 coins for you, let's say you want the bot to trade 4 coins and you put your first order amount as 15, you have to go to your calculator and you're going to use 15 times 13. So 12 margin calls plus your first order amount, making it 13. So that's 15 times 13, which is 195 USDT per a trade. So if you're trading 4 coins, know that you need to have times 4. You need to have 780 USDT to be able to fully trade 4 coins. And you still need a 20% wallet strategy extra on the corner for reserve in case the market corrects so badly, all these 13 margin calls were all corrected and your trade are still in a dip. However, with the current settings on the board, is currently on a sobbing move. Sobbing move means that if the board take all the trades to 13 margin calls and then the market starts correcting, it will sell the last trade it bought at 13 margin call first. Then we sell the 12th one. Then we sell. So I don't know if you have noticed in any of your trades that you find out that one trade is on and it's showing you that it's selling. The reason why is because it's selling from the lowest, the last one it bought. So with the former strategy before, it will take all the 13 margin calls and then you have to wait until the market come all the way to the top for you to not execute profits for that particular trade. However, with the sobbing mood, the bot can continue to sell from the low. So if you buy any coin right now, let's say margin call activates right now, if the market comes up, it will sell the last one that it bought. And while waiting for the market to come all the way to the top to sell everything.
Okay. I noticed that in my last few trade before the market correction. And I also noticed that it's a lot of profits were made in that process. Better than what we
and sometimes what you notice, another thing that people will not get, like they are making this profit and then in their wallet doesn't reflect the profit. One thing you have to be able to do your own calculation to see how does it marry your Binance balance. Every time, if there is a loss here, if there is a floating loss on a particular trade, I can see a floating loss of 80 USDT here.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see a total USDT that was bought for this particular trade is 293. If I go to my Binance now, I will be seeing 213. That is what I will see. Your money has not lost because then when people will come up better, you said I'm making profit. I cannot see the profit flow. Look at this. You have to factor all of this in to actually know what your actual balance would have been if all the market is in green and your trade is selling. And it happens in futures as well. Some people, it's the same thing. Your balance in your futures account might be showing different, but you have to factor in what your floating losses are in your running trade. The only difference in futures is that it can actually result to actual loss and the money is gone. But in Botz, in spot trading, all you need to do is exercise patience, and if you have more funds, then buy as the market is down. And then I'm going to do another settings now. This settings is for anyone who has 10,000 USDT and above to trade Botz.
10,000 USDT.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this settings is for 10,000 USDT, and you will make a lot of profit. You will hardly be stuck in a trade, but it needs money. Of course, that's where I'm working up to. My aim is to actually get 10,000 or 20,000 to start trading. I don't know if any of you have been seeing the results of our leader, Mr. Emperor, who trades Botz spots, but he's using close to $50,000 to trade, and he makes nothing less than between 500 to 1,000 on daily basis. So the first thing you want to do, really,
You remember we moved in here February what?
is to come back here
20 something.
18.
and then let's say you click on.
18.
Can mute yourself, please.
February what?
20.
No, not the second one.
Co-host, help me mute whoever is talking. Thank you. You click on that.
Did you say February 29th?
Co-host, please help me mute. Thank you. So you click on the settings of it. When you click on it, on here, your first order amount, you're going to put 20 as your first order. With 10,000, you can only trade one coin anyway. That's what I'm going to say, one coin. And on trade start, 0.2 or 0.1. Margin call, let's say you're going to put 10 margin calls. Take profit will be 1.1 and 0.1 for old take profit callback. The reason why you do the old take profit callback, what it means is that as soon as the bot hits 1.1, it will initiate a sell order. However, if there is still room for the market is still going up, it will continue to go up more for you to get more profit. But once there is a pullback of 0.1, it will activate the sell. Then you click on margin configuration. So I want to show you what Mr. Emperor is doing. Mr. Emperor is actually activating on 1% or 1.5%, but I'm not going to do that because even though the profit is going to be really high and good, but you want to have a settings that is able to withstand all market conditions. So my first call is going to be 2%. And I'm going to buy 2 times. 2 times of 20 USDT. That's 40 USDT. My second is going to be 4%. And this time I'm going to buy 4 times. Actually, I'll put 3%. I'm going to buy 4 times. It means I'm going to buy 20 USDT times 4. Now you understand why I'm telling you you need 10,000 for this particular. Then the next third margin call is 4%. And I'm going to buy 8 times. 8 times of 20 USDT as my first order. And on the fourth margin call, I'll put 6%. Here, and I'm going to buy on the fifth margin call, and on the first margin call, I'll put 7%. I'm going to buy 64 times. These particular settings, you can actually use it to trade even high volatile coins in the market. You can trade sand. You trade like coins that do very well in the market, sand, Luna, trade it on Luna. You can trade it on GTC. You can even trade it on that waves that is doing younger in the market that's playing up right now. You can actually trade it and you will still be safe on the market. And then on the seventh margin call, let's say you put 8%, and this time you're going to do 128. And the rest you can do 8, 8. 128 or 99 in the last one. 128, 128. What this actually do for you, anytime the market is activated with Botz, what happened with Botz now? With the sobbing mood. Imagine the Botz activated to 10th margin call. By the time the market start waking up, it's going to first of all sell this one, this last one. So you've already bought 20 USDT times 128. How much would that give you? 20 USDT. 20 USDT times 128. That's 2,560. That will be his last margin call he will collect. Imagine as soon as the market comes up and he activates that amount for sale. This is divided by 100% times 1.1. So you're making 28.16 USDT if the last margin call sell for you. This particular strategy is only for those who have high liquidity to trade. You can choose to trade this coin on spot market if you don't want the hassle of futures trading, and you will make money on daily basis. Actually, this particular settings is what the Botz uses. That is the high risk settings for the Botz. So if you want to, when you see the high risk button, they tell you to avoid it. It's because it needs funds. It needs refunds for you to be able to stay in the markets and to dollar cost average. So that is it for Botz Sports for today. If there is any question, I'll do that. Then let's go into Metafutures for today. If you have a question, quickly unmute yourself and ask.
Better.
Yeah.
Did you say one coin for these 10,000 USDT capital? Just one coin?
Yes, yes sir.
Huh. Well,
It does not necessarily mean that it will use all the 10,000 at a time. But I'm just telling you, based on the settings, you need 10,000 to cover all the settings that I've just mentioned. I've just imputed.
So I used to think before now that the higher your funds, the higher the number of coins that you can trade on. So now you're telling me it doesn't always work like that.
This is for the high risk settings, sir. If you have 10,000 as a capital and you want to trade the low risk settings of Botz, you can actually trade 10 coins, 10 trade on it. So you have 10,000. You can keep 1,000 as reserve, or 2,000. You can keep 2,000 as reserve. You can choose to go into the market with just 8,000 and trade only 8 coins. Out of that 8 coins, so 8,000, what you will do is that you go to your calculator, 8,000, and you're going to divide that by 13. So I have 615. So the 13 is the margin cost. I've just divided it. And what I've gotten is 115. And I want to trade 8 coins. So what I'm going to do, the 650 divide by 8. So my first order amount is going to be 76.77.
Okay.
And then number of trade 8. You're still going to make money on the low risk settings, and your increase is going to But I'm just talking base, that settings is called the mitigate strategy. That anytime the market dip, you are acquiring more coins. But on the low risk settings of each margin call, you are buying one time. The reason why you see a huge float loss, even though there is margin call being activated, is because you are only buying one time. If you are buying more than one time, times 3, times 4, it's pushing you closer to the market. It means that even in the midst of a raging market, you can be taking profits compared to somebody who is using the low risk.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah. Any more question on Botz? Then we're going to move on to Metafutures. Okay, so we're going to go into Metafutures. At the moment, in the UK, we are not allowed to trade futures. We are open. So I kind of trade futures on Bybit for now. But I still have my Metafutures account. I can still use it to trade. I can still use it to trade on demo. Can you see this particular trade? Now, there are some coins you don't play with them. I remember buying this trade on spot, then the market crashed. It crashed so badly, and I left it. I said I was going to buy more when the market dipped, as the market has dipped. But suddenly today, the market wake up and it rose all the way and it sold for me and gave me $4 profit. And it continued to rise. It's currently at plus 56%. But in terms of knowing what coin, how those coins do, you have to, like, if you want to really trade crypto, you have to follow news. You might be surprised that there is a particular news around this coin today. That's why it's flying. So when you see a coin flying like this, some people, maybe the coin is flying like this, maybe they now feel, oh, it has reached all-time high. Let me go and short the market. You can short this coin and the coin choose to do 100%, and you'll still be in soup in futures trading. So if a coin is all-time high, you want to find out what is the reason pushing that coin. Is it fundamental analysis or just mere technical analysis? If it's fundamental, you want to avoid for the market to become really, really like calm down, and you see it literally is coming down before you take. And then when you choose to take a short position, you want to make sure that you put a tight stop loss really on it, just in case it continue to go up. You can just exit the market for it. But it has really, really gone all-time high. Maybe it's coming down now, maybe not. Maybe it might still go up again. But if you're able to see good 2 red candlestick coming down, you know that is ready. So let's do futures settings. I know some of you are in what's the guy that is doing VIP group. So I'll first of all go through his own settings. Some of you are in his group. So I'll first of all do his settings on how to configure your Metafutures. So the settings is using. The first thing you want to do, I think, is using edge mode, or you can put your Binance straight on edge mode first.
Sorry, it's not using edge mode again. Though.
It
You
has
said
stopped.
edge mode does not allow trading loss.
Okay.
So it's not using edge mode again.
Okay. Okay, so but if you want to use the edge mode, you can use it for yourself if you choose to. You have to do the settings on Binance first before you come to Metafutures to activate the edge mode for it. But Metafutures have like two things. They have what they call the edge mode and the save mode. The save mode is like if there has been a lot of losses in the market for a particular trade and you want to activate that trade, it might not allow you to activate that trade. It's just a kind of a safety mechanism. So first of all, let me try and go and get his settings. I was trying to get him to come in today, but he didn't answer me. So I'm going to try and follow his settings. You can set it as we go along or write it down so that you can set it afterwards. He uses 10ESC to trade. I'm not a fan of 10ESC, but that's what he uses to trade. He uses 10ESC. His cost is 20 USDT or 30 USDT. I mostly see him use. So when it comes to futures trading, you're leveraging. That's why it's risky. You're borrowing to trade. You have 20 USDT. You borrow additional into 9 places or 10 places. You times it by 10 leverage. So you're timesing that by 10, multiply that by 10. So you're using 200 USDT. And the actual fact is that the money you put in was 20 USDT. So it's leverage. That's why the risk comes in. And because you are now trading with that, you now have a liquidation amount being given to you based on your leverage. The higher the leverage, the closer you are to your liquidation price. So he's using 20 USDT as leverage, as his cost, 10S as leverage. His trade start callback is 0.2. It means that if the market pull back by 0.2%, which is 2% OE, it will activate. It's not using BTC callback because sometimes the BTC callback can also be annoying just because BTC doesn't move drastically. So you put 100 callback there. Sometimes your trade takes long to activate. So you put 0 on that. His stop loss is 66%. The stop loss is 6%. It means that if the market goes by 6% against you, it will activate 60%. So let's say you put 20 USDT and then the 5 margin calls is using 5 margin calls. Add that to your first order, that's 120 USDT. If the market go wrong and it took all the 5 margin calls, and then the market continues to still go, it's going to abort the trade with that stop loss. So you'll be losing about 70 USDT as stop loss. As opposed if you run to liquidation, you might lose the whole 120 USDT. So the margin call is like dollar cost averaging. That's what we're doing, dollar cost averaging to be able to dollar cost and come out in profit quickly. However, knowing fully well, market can be anything. Market can correct much badly. That is the reason why I prefer more low leverage than high leverage. Because once the market is really, really corrected badly, all the people who are trading on 10S, they are more higher risk of being taken out of the market than someone who is on 7S, who is on 6S, who is on 5S, and who is on 3S. However, someone who is on 10S might be making good amounts of profit than someone who is on 5S. But then one huge loss also can bring you down. So for me, I've always have people, maybe I'm in their group as Signals group, but I still keep to my risk management. Even when they say 10S, I will choose 5S. That's because there is no signal that is 100% accurate. Also, they also might not tell you what liquidity funds they have. They might have a way of staying in the market and coming out of profit quickly, compared to you who is using low funds and trying to catch up with them with their own settings. Except you are copying them, then you find out that whatever happened also happened to you. So a 5 margin call is using position take profit is using 0.3, so that's 3% of that trade. And position take back profit is 0.3. Buying callback is 0.5. And then his liquidations add margin is 0. He's not adding any liquidation there. He wants his market to abort once it gets to 60%. If the market goes sideways, to abort it at the stop loss. And this is the settings for his margin configuration. First call 4% drop 1. Second 6.5% 1. Third 8% 1. And 11% and 14% one time. So that is what he has set, and we can go through that and set that in our Metafutures. So after we finish setting that, and then I'm gonna do my own settings for 5S. For 5S, for you, for 5S, and which you can also use to trade just BTC, Ethereum, BNB, Solano, and those Luna and all of those trade I just said. That doesn't move so drastically, but you make consistent profits. So the first thing you want to do, right now I have all this trade that is running. I'm trying it on a demo. It's the same strategy that I'm using of the 10,000 and above. I'm using it on futures here. And so far, it seems it's going well. So let's do his settings for those who are in his group so that you're able to know how to set. So first thing, you want to click here. And here is the, you see the market 24 hours of it. And then you click the first tab. When you click the first tab, you can click on the settings there. Click on the settings. You can choose to set your bot a different settings for buy, a different settings for sell, or you can choose to set the same settings for both buy and sell. So we're going to choose both. That's what we're choosing. And is using 10S and 20 as its cost. If he's using 20 as its cost, plus 5 margin cost, so he's using 120 per a trade. 120 per a trade. That's what he's using. So if your capital is 200 USDT, and this is the settings, you're gonna come here, you're gonna change yours. Because I always say that people to go into trade with 10% of their income. So you're gonna put 10 USDT there. That's what is gonna be your settings. Or 20 USDT, it means you're gonna trade only one coin. But if you want to share it, you can put it 10 USDT. With $200 capital, you can trade 2 coins. His trade start callback. Let me look at it, what he said. The trade start callback is 0.2. So you're going to put 0.2 there. Here is put 0. His stop loss is 6%. His margin call is 5. And you go and do the settings of your margin call here by clicking on it. His first one was 4%, 1. And the next one was 6.5%, 1. And the next one was 8%, 1. And 11%, 1 time. And fifth margin call, 14%, 1. Then you click confirm. BTC callback is 0. It's putting. I think this same direction is because I'm using edge mode. So you can ignore that. If you're not using edge mode, make sure you switch off the edge mode and do your settings. Here. There is O position take profit is 0.3. O position take profit callback is 0. What did it do? Is 0.3 as well. So it's 0.3 and his buying callback is 0.5. His liquidation is 0. Settings, add margin is 0. He doesn't want to add anything. And once you finish that, you're going to click on the confirm. You click on the confirm. You click on the confirm. And then once he said he wants you to long any trade, you can now come here and click on that trade. You say, I want you to long wave. You click on wave. And maybe it might tell you put it on circle. Sometimes it might tell you put it on circle. And sometimes it might also edit some things. It might tell you take profit is 0.1. Just click on edit and come to take profit. Where you see 0.3, you can put 0.1. So it's telling you want to take profit. You want to take profit every 1% return. And then it might tell you to put it on circle. So you come here, you can choose to on the circle. It might tell you, say, put on circle for 2 days or so, 1 day or so. You come here, you put that on circle, you click there to put on circle, or once you've activated the trade, let's say you click long, I'm on demo, so it's fine. I can click long, let's say long position. And then if it will activate, let me see what is happening. Does not yet activate. Sometimes maybe the waves might not go on because there were so much losses and I switched on my save mode. It might not allow me. Okay, can you see that? It has actually given me a notification. There's actually giving me a notification on my phone. They're actually giving me a notification on my phone that I cannot place an order due to save mode because of what waves has done. So I'm gonna pick another trade. So if you want to still trade waves, you have to click on the save mode to off, then come back and click on waves and buy long. Okay. So you can see is waiting for the trade to move 0.2 for it to activate. Based on our trade callback. To wait for it to activate. But however, once it has activated, you will see the trade is running. It might be on one shot, but if you want it on circle trade, you want it to keep buying over and over again, you put it on circle by just clicking circle. I can click here now, it has changed to one shot, that particular trade. I want to change it back to circle. I click on circle. But that is its own settings for trade. But you can choose to still use that same settings and change it to 5 ESC as well. It's up to you. As you can see, I'm going to show you the reason why low leverage versus high leverage. As you can see, this trade that are going on, The long ones, I put them on 5ESC. The short positions, I put them on 10ESC. And also, while I trade mostly coins that don't have drastic movement, even coins that don't have drastic movement, their liquidation price are also far better than the other ones as well. So in terms of sell position, you can see that BNB liquidation price is 451. It means the market has to come to 451 for it to take me out of market. However, I'm using 10 margin calls here as well. It means that I have tendency to actually push BNB up to 500 and something for it to take me off the market. That is for 10ESC. If you are trading any other coin, maybe you're trading all these waves, you will find that there are liquidation prices that are always closer as soon as you increase your leverage compared to traditional like coins like BNB, Bitcoin. Right now, if I don't have any margin call, let's say I don't have any margin calls to trade with, for me to be liquidated out of this trade, Bitcoin have to rise to 43,298 for me to be liquidated. But with my margin call, I'm even in a more safer place. This is margin call has not yet been activated in BTC, and I've set 10 margin calls down for it. This is a hedge mode. So I'm trading these coins. So BNB, BTC, I'm trying this strategy on both directions on hedge mode. And they've been giving their profits on both directions. If short is not given, long will be giving profits. If long is giving profit, maybe short is taking margin calls. And once long has done its own, short will start shorting and long will be taking margin calls. And it's been going well for these particular 4 coins, BNB, Anterior, BTC, and Luna. As you can see, if you click on the orders, you will see BTC short, take profit, Luna short, take profit, BTC, take profit, Luna take profit, take profit. So you can just see it. And I'm trying this with my demo account on 10,000 as a trading capital. And I'm trading just the 4 coins for it. If I try this strategy for 2 weeks and is able to withstand all market conditions in that 2 weeks, then I know this is a perfect strategy for me to trade. That does not mean it's not going to make me rich overnight, but I can literally set my Metafutures and sleep and allow it to trade. So this is the particular setting strategy I'm trying right now. So I am doing 6 margin calls for long position with 5ESC and 10 margin calls for short position with 10ESC, 10 margin calls for 10ESC for short. So you can set that. However, if you're someone you like to play safe, then you should just set a settings 3ESC, 5ESC. All you need to do is to come here to your settings. Come to settings, reduce leverage to 5, 4, or 3. It's up to you. If you're somebody that like to hold on trade, you can hold on 5S. You can choose to trade. If you have $100, you can choose to trade Metafutures, but you can trade it on 5S and be on a safe side. You can literally say, my first cost is 20 USDT 5S, that's 100. I'm going to take profit at 2%. So margin call, you can put 2 margin call. And you set it here, 4% one time. And you can set the other one, 10% one time. This is you have $100 plus 2 margin calls. So you've already spent 60. You still have 40 left. And then you can put your stop loss at 6% or 8%. You can put it as 8%. And then your take profit, you put it at 2%. It means if the market moves 2%, you take trade. You take profit. So 10% of whatever of that 100. So 2% of that 100 will give you $2. So that's what you're gonna get, $2. So for your 20 USDT, you're getting $2 for it. And then you are out of the market. And then you look for another trade to trade. So with all the signals, if you're in the group with the signals that is given to you, also you can choose to pin yourself on one trade and take profit before you move on to another trade. Or you can choose to trade coins like Ethereum, BNB, 2%. These trades, they will always move most time, more than 2% in 24 hours on both directions. So you can short them or you can long them. It's more safer to long anyway than to do short. And then you confirm. So just in case you are in this group, you can choose to impute all these settings and start trading a strategy with the demo account. Trade it, you test it out for 1 week and see the results is given. Actually, this coin is about coming down now. So that is it for Metafutures. Let me open the floor for question and see where we're going. Time is far gone. Any questions?
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, sir.
Lisa, it's me, Edixon. My
Yes,
question is, the VIP group, I'm one of the people that is there. And I've not really done anything, but I'm just there trying to try the demo account out and all that. So if my question is even more to those that are on that VIP, how is the signals really going?
I've not really been following, although I'm there. I've not really been following the signal because I don't really have time to really trade futures. Futures need time and can be actually emotionally draining. And as a family, as a mother, I tend to stay away from futures as much as possible. So, but if I do see his long position and I feel that's why it's also an advantage to actually also learn on your own, because sometimes someone might give a signal and you probably went to check and you don't feel like, I don't think this is the right time to trade this particular coin. You can choose to stay away. I always say to people, if you are in a signal group, don't trade every signal that is thrown at you. You can choose not to trade some. And if you also know what is doing, let's say a coin has already pumped over 20% already in the market, and you saw a signal saying that you should long that coin. I might not. For me, I will just avoid that coin and not trade that coin. That does not mean that the coin might not fly up. There is possibility the coin might continue to go up, but there is also possibility that the coin might choose not to go up anymore and start coming down from 20% rise. So for me, the fact that I did not catch it on time when it was going up, I'll probably just avoid trying to long it with it. I'll probably wait for it to start coming down for me to go and short it.
Okay.
So also it's good to take training. YouTube is a very good resource place. I'll be sharing some videos into the group.
I trade normally I trade on Binance on my own anyway. I trade on Binance on my own, but it's on spot. So spot is my bread and butter. So but features is just my first time of just trying it out. So I'm a
for
bit
me, it's
careful.
the best place to be safe on futures is key your leverage. Most professionals, people who give signals, they always use high leverage, 10x or over 20x. It's good that we have Metafutures that even like the maximum is 10x. Most of the times, all these signals people, if it's not Metafutures 10x, they'll probably be telling you to use 20x. So the best way, really, even though they are giving you 10x, for me, you can do one short trade. When they give signal, do one shot. Sometimes they will give the second trade. The second might be going on very well, and then the market start correcting, and then you understand. So for me, if they give signals, you can take your position on one shot, take profits, and forget about it, and wait for another signals to trade. And if you don't feel so confident with the 10x, you can just reduce your leverage. Even though they are using 10x, stick to 5x. You can put your take profit as 1%, which is 5% return. And on one shot, you come out of the market and that's it.
Okay. Thank you, ma.
Yeah. Hello, go on.
Yeah. Thank you, Mrs. Emmanuel. Thank you so very much. My question is on this edge mode. With all these settings you have done on the edge mode, when you enter the trade, does it take the both directions?
Yeah. So with the edge mode, let me go. You still need to be the one to decide if you want it to take both directions for you.
Okay.
So you can actually choose to just do long, even though you're on the edge mode.
Okay.
So like Shiba now, you click on Shiba.
Okay.
When you click on it, it's gonna give you, as you can see, it's telling you long, sell, or both. If you click both, is going to long and sell at the same time.
Okay.
If you click only long, it will long only. If you click short, it will short only. So it's you that will decide. So the fact that it's on edge mode does not mean that you always have to put it on both direction.
Okay.
You can choose to do only one side direction, but the only difference is that the edge mode is good, especially when market has really gone so very high or so, and you don't know if it will continue to go high or if it will continue to go down. I actually lost some real amount of money last week because I was shorting Ethereum, and Ethereum continued to go high. And when I look at all the indicators and everything was pointing that the market will continue to go high. So I literally have to cut the trade short because it's either I continue to pump money into that market or I cut my trade and cut my losses and leave it. I choose to exit the market. In few hours time, the market started dropping. And actually, Ethereum went all the way to under 3,000, which is way far from my take profits.
Wow.
So I could have made good money, but I ended up losing about $300 to that trade. So, but this is futures. Because the way it was going high, my liquidation price already, and I choose 10x, is one of the reasons why I don't advise 10x. If I was on 5x, I wouldn't have worried. Because I know it would have been showing like 4,000 as my liquidation price also. But I have to cut the trade off, and then the market starts dropping. So, and this is futures. And I say in futures, if you're not ready to embrace the losses, stick to spots. An average trader might take up to 2 years, 3 years to master his trade properly. And then you have to literally discipline yourself. So don't be carried away by people's results. If you're making $10 a day and you're making it consistently, it's better than thinking that you want to make $50 a day and one wrong day, you wipe out your money. The market might be so smiley. Don't let it get you fool into using high leverage to trade. It's better you are in a safe place. And one of the good thing about a good trader is not about making high profits. It's actually about protecting your portfolio and making sure is increasing.
Thank you. Thank you so very much for taking much of your time. We appreciate. Let me go and try this. But your own settings, I didn't see much of your settings. You just worked on that man settings, the 10x man.
Oh, okay. So my particular settings right now that I'm using is edge mode.
Okay.
Is edge mode. I'll probably have to return the settings back because I've kind of. But if I click on it,
You're not sharing your screen.
Sorry. So I click on one of my trades now. So my first order amount is 20. My take profit is 0.5. My first margin call drop is 4. I'm using 6 margin call for the long and 5 ESC. So let me click edit. So I'm using 5 ESC, 20 USDT for the long. Edge reversal direction, I'm using 2% for that. This is for those with edge mode. If you use like 2%, it means that in a way the market starts going really in your favor. You should allow it to go all the way to take profits at 2%. Then 6 margin call, same direction margin call is 1 time. So if the market goes very favorable on that direction, on my direction, it should take additional margin call for me to get more profit. If I click on, as you can see, I'm actually using the other spot strategy on here as well, on the demo as well. So on my first margin call is going to buy 2 times for me.
The settings.
On 6.5.
I'm not seeing the settings.
You're not seeing it?
Yes, I'm just seeing your other page. Okay, it's visible now.
Are you seeing it now?
Yes.
Okay, so on my first margin call, I'm saying it should buy 2 times. So that is 20 USDT times 2.
So that's 40.
On my second margin call, 6.5. So if the market dropped by 6.5, it should buy 4 times for me. And on the third margin call, it should buy 8 times. Fourth, 16 times, 32, and 64 times. This can be changed to 11111 anyway as well. But I'm using these double digits for each of them because that brings you literally neck and neck to the market at all time. Anytime the magic call activates, it will bring you closer to the market. So that is what I'm using for the long.
For the long.
So that's for the long position.
Okay.
Then for the short position, I'm using 10S for the short. And I'm only using 10S because I'm trading BNB, BTC, and Bitcoin, coins that I know that they don't move drastically. So I'm doing that on that. If I also trade any other coin, I'll probably go back to 5S on that settings. And I'm using 10 margin calls for the long. So 10S, and I'm still using the same edge reversal direction, 2%. 10 margin calls, and then this is slightly different, but still the same thing. I'm buying double at every time. At every time. The good thing about edge mode is the fact that no matter what the market is doing, you can take profits on either of those directions. And if the other direction start misbehaving, you're taking profits on the other direction. And if you're using 5S on both of them, if you can even do 5S with 10 margin calls, and you like, there is no need for stop loss. As you can see, I'm not trading with stop loss, really. And I'm trying it out on these particular coins then. And it's been going okay. So that is it from me. And any more questions? Oh, somebody went out. Any more questions? No more question. All right. I'll make the video available to the group as well. For those who miss it, they can watch as well. You can also go over it again. But I will always say, for everyone who wants to try Metafutures, start whatever settings. If you think you're following, you're in Hybrino VIP group, implement those settings on your demo. The fact that you're in a VIP person group does not mean that you won't encounter losses. That's something I must say to you people as well. And it's all about sometimes liquidity. The more liquidity you have to trade as well, sometimes help. There is a way it might call a trade, and the trade really, really go wrong, and you think you have enough funds to save that trade, you can save that trade yourself as well. One last thing I need to show. Let's say all 5 margin calls have been activated and you don't want your trade to go to stop loss. Maybe if you end up in stop loss, you're going to lose like $70 or $80. And maybe so far in the week, you are just middle $50. And then you're saying that this trade, you're going to lose $80. It means you are back in minus. You can click on the trade. You can come to add margin. You click on add margin and you can choose to add margin yourself. You can choose to put 100 USDT on its own. As you can see, it's the same way applied to the spot market. Right now is minus 0.70. When I add margin 100 USDT, it changed to 0.31. So you can choose to add margin on your own. That will push your liquidation further and help you to stay in the market longer. However, sometimes the market can be correcting so hard that you think you can save that trade. That especially when it's a 10x trade. You're trying to save it, The more you save it, the markets continue to go wrong against you until you end up finishing all your money on one trade. So it's good to quickly know when you want to cut your loss if a market is not going well and come out, rather than try to save a trade and at the end you still lose that trade. Okay. Please, can you explain the edge reverse direction trigger? So with the edge reverse direction trigger, what you're trying to do is that if the market is actually going in your direction very well, that if it gets to 2%, that it can add what is it can take profit, can give you opportunity to take profit if this same direction activated, it can take that profit. So same direction margin call limit of 1. If the market is going in your favor, it can add additional margin call so that you're able to earn more on that particular trade. I've not really seen it activated as such, and I'm still going to like read up a bit more about it. I've put it there to actually see how it works, but I'm going to read more about it. There's a video about it. I'll post it in the group as well. Might not be for everyone. Okay, let's call it a night.
Thank you so very much. Done wonderfully. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mom. All
Good
right.
night.
Good
Have a
night,
nice-
everyone. Let's go on and implement. Really, the best way to learn is actually to implement whatever anything. That is the way to go about it. And it's good that we have demo accounts to implement. So you're not going to be blowing your
Account.
You're not going to be blowing up your accounts at all. So you can implement it on a demo account.
Thank you so much. Good night, ma'am.
All right then. Yeah, good night, everyone.
Thank you, Madam. God bless you.
Thank you.